This job is the cleanup job. This is a very important job because we need to leave our facility looking good so the next user is ready to use it. So this is please take your responsibility seriously. The good thing about cleanup is there's not as much of a time crunch because the players aren't waiting to get on there. The challenging thing is you do need to make sure it's done really well because it's important for us to be looking good. Again, the cleanup job is you need to go to the kitchen here and get your Bible, which aka the instruction manual, which is hanging on the door. Now, it might not be hanging there. Oftentimes, the setup people took it down and put it at the scorekeeping table. So if you come to the kitchen, it's not hanging on the wall, check the score table, okay? But this laminated sheets here have the blow-by-blow description of how to clean up. The exact same thing I'm reading from is in here. The other important thing, especially if you've never done this before, is our pictures of what the gym should look like when you're done. Very important. Okay, so let's start. The game just ended. Whether it is volleyball or basketball, it doesn't matter. One of the first things you're going to do is put the score books, or excuse me, put the benches away. But what I found that one of the most important things to do is actually to get a broom. So come here. This isn't in the scorebook, but I'm going to bring a broom out. But actually, I'm going to have you come in here. At the end of this wall, you see there's a broom and dustpans. We're going to show you where the dry mop and wet mop are, but there's always one straight broom and dustpans in the kitchen. And I'm going to go get those right now. Basically, all of our spectators are primarily along this wall. So since all of our spectators are there, guess what? That's where most of the mess is, other than the salt that's tracked in. So, you're going to have to imagine with me for a second. But right all along here, what you want to do is, these are all going to be benches when the game is over. First of all, flip the bench up from this position to this position. Then actually what I suggest is you pull them out past that line. Depending how messy it is, you need to clean this first. Because if you start pushing all the tables and chairs and benches, the benches and tables against this wall before you clean it, you're never going to be able to clean it right. So I would either take this broom and start sweeping all the crumbs out past this line. That's one way to do it. Or if you want to pull them all out and get the big dry mop and do that, you can do that too. I'll show you where the dry mop is later. But the key is pull all of your crumbs and dirt away from the wall. And if it's in the winter where you have to wet mop, pull it all away, sweep it or dry mop it first, wet mop this, then push the stuff back. If you push it back before you clean the floor, it's going to be a mess. We don't want it to be a mess, okay? I'm just going to toss this broom over here and pick it up later. So the key is before, and this is not on the instruction thing, but before you put the benches and tables back, make sure you clean the floor. Now, once that floor is clean, you're going to fold up. All these benches are going to be along this wall. You're going to fold them up and put them away. There is a picture of this in the kitchen. But as you notice, there are two lines of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2. These are not spread all the way down here. So it's like a little pyramid, okay? 3, 3, and 2. Okay? The next thing you're going to do is these two side rooms over here, all of these large lunch tables are going to be in there. There's going to be 2 of them in the right room and 3 of them in the left room. You next are going to have to pull those out of those storage rooms and put them back. Again, there are pictures of this in the kitchen, but you will notice you have this pillar here, 2 tables go here, do not block the fire pole, and you have 3 tables here. Again, it's important to clean the floor before you push them against the wall. But it should look like this when you're done. Okay? Again, there are pictures in the kitchen. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to fold up all the chairs and stack them. Come on over here. I pulled one of these out. What you'll want to do, if you've been on setup, you'll notice that these are going to be along the perimeter of the wall and over by the benches. Now, if you've never folded up one of these chairs, there's a trick to it, okay? Don't just pull up on this. What you want to do is put your foot on the back, bottom of the bar, grab the back of the chair and pull up. It will then fold. The next important thing is make them all go the same way. In this case, the metal part is facing up, so you need to put them all here. And they click on nice and even and push them back there. I'm sure you can all figure that out. So you next have to fold up all the folding chairs and then on these carts and push them into that back room to the left. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is fold up this one 8-foot folding table. Okay, that 8-foot folding table will be stored in this room. Again, there are pictures of how this room should look on the photos in the kitchen, so I don't need to show that to you. Okay, let's go over here and put away the score unit. There are 3 components to the scoreboard unit, okay? You're going to want to turn the unit off if it's not already off. You can unplug. It's pretty easy. If it's out, you just unplug it, okay? You're going to unplug this unit, wrap this up, unplug the extension cord, and you're going to take this, the scoreboard, we're going to walk over here. I'm going to show you where to put it. Again, we're going to the storage room to the right of the stage. When you get in here, what I typically like to do is put the unit on the top drawer and then put all the cords, the extension cord and the black cord in the bottom drawer, and the possession arrow for basketball will be out there. That should go in the bottom drawer too. Those go in here. Now, how the heck do you close this? Okay, it's not rocket science, but it's also not exactly intuitive. So you actually put the bar between the 2 handles, then through this little loop at the bottom, and then you put the 2, which lines up these 2 holes at the top. You put the lock here and you push it closed, okay? Lock that up. Okay, you'll also notice that you've got ball carts here. All the balls should be returned here, but that's really the job of the coaches and the players, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. Okay?